Welcome back to Let's Play Elsinore. I'm Michael.
I'm Cameron.
And, oh god, someone different is waiting for us in the hallway today.
What was that thing I saw that said the Hand of Dionysus?
That's what that book is called.
I don't know. I don't care for that.
Mm-hmm. God of, drunkenness, revelry, and, plays.
Having a good old time.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to kill Quince in our use of the book?
That's a really interesting idea. I wonder if we could do something like that. I mean, after all...
Can you rend it in twain?
Yeah. After all, Ophelia's... She's been immersed in the cave, right? She has internalized gamer theory. She knows that the world is pure game space. And now she's maybe perhaps in a position to bend the rules a little bit. Because after all, Quince is thinking of himself as a game master here, talking about all the bad moves that Simona made trying to keep the book away from him.
And she's hashtag the gamer lady. Quince, you goober. Get out of here.
Wrong!
So you see, this is something that's interesting, right? Is he can't force you to do things directly, but he can put you in situations to eventually break you down.
Like what? Like your dad dying every single day?
Yep.
For eternity? Well, that's already happening, Buster.
I am Elsinore. I am the eye in every wall.
What?
Yeah, we're some real mask-off stuff here from Quince.
Yeah. Is there going to be a call-out episode on him?
Well, we got 90 minutes here, so let's just start it, right? Peter Quince, receipts 1. Evil?
Definite. Potentially the Christian devil? Question mark? That's the kind of call-out thread I want to see in real life. That begins with number 1, potentially the Christian devil.
So, we told Quince that we just weren't going to use the book. He was never going to get it back, which is exactly what Simona did. But let's take a look at the book. So this is an ending. We could get struggle for relief. We could also get prestige for family. And don't worry, these will be more explained in time. But this is an ending we didn't get. So the endings that have descriptions and illustrations are ones that we met the conditions for throughout playing the game. The ones without that are endings that we didn't lock the pieces together in the right way to get those conditions.
And kind of critically here, right? You're not showing off in this video all of the endings. You're just showing the ones we got.
Yeah. When we get to the endings proper, I will only be showing off the ones that we did in fact get. So in the end, I think we're going to have about 7-ish endings, which is just 1 over half.
So yeah, there's plenty. If you thought this Let's Play was fun and you enjoyed it, and you want to check out Elsinore, but you were thinking, oh gosh, they're probably going to do everything. There you go. There's still plenty of gameplay here for you to go and purchase the game and check out. Which is good.
In the meantime, yeah, check it out. Let Golden Glitch know that you like this game. I've enjoyed very much showing it off. In the meantime, we're going to try to do something about Quince.
You're going to get your murder boyfriend after him?
I mean, let's do it, right? Game space. Just tell Hamlet everything. Guess what? The Playmaster is evil and also supernatural.
I can't believe it.
I don't really want to float this, but I do want to say that Hamlet seems to believe literally anything that anyone tells him, and so you could have him murder anybody.
Yes, Hamlet is pretty easy to instrumentalize in that way, it seems like.
Believe me.
So he doesn't really believe us. We're telling him to talk to the ghost, because the ghost also knows that Quince is not great.
Now then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you don't believe me? Talk to the ghost of your dead dad about it.
Mm-hmm. Your dead dad agrees with me.
I know I'm right, and your dead dad also knows that I'm right. Okay. Oh, so he's literally gonna go ask him.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I really like, I might have said this sometime in the previous 10 episodes, but I really like the internal view where it you can see through the wall, you can see all the bricks, and importantly to me, it is drawn into the background. It's like a different background space. It's not dynamically done via some sort of occlusion orb around you or something like that. I think that's great.
Yeah, no, I think it looks really nice. I mean, in general, just, I think the visuals on this game are just really, top notch. Like, they feel like they had a look. It feels like they knew what they wanted from the look of this game, is how I would put it.
Yeah, real Baldur's Gate.
The ghost busy.
I'm busy.
So we just ran into a little problem, which is that Hamlet, sort of ran up to the ghost and was like, "Hey, Ophelia wants me to help overthrow Quince." And we told him to go talk to the ghost. We didn't really talk to the ghost to sort of get the ghost on our side, so it didn't really go in the way we wanted it to. See, Quince wanted King Hamlet to find the book.
I feel like the ghost should know all this. I knew Quince was evil the first time we met him. So, I guess this is an interpretive question, but is King Hamlet, old Hamlet, is he a ghost because he didn't ever find the book and Quince was eventually just kicking him down the road?
Yeah. The idea seems to be that Quince eventually got tired of the king not helping him, and then just was like, okay, fine, I will let you die, and I'm going to move the loop to the next person.
Got it.
Useless.
And so that's how these people kind of keep ending up in the loop. That Quince is just getting tired of watching them not figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be better if he just told you day one what to do?
Well, that's the thing, is that's not where he gets his jollies, right? He likes watching all of the failure. He likes seeing the disaster. He likes seeing murder and blood.
Quince, you're a jackass.
Yep.
I say.
So, he really wants the book back, but also it's kind of just another excuse to, get some more people killed.
Back at the beginning again.
But if he's got the book, he can keep doing this and he'll have the book. Real Randall Flagg, if you ask me.
Elsinore 2, when you have to face off against Quince in Las Vegas. The hypothetical Elsinore 2 we've been building across the last couple of videos is really something.
Yeah, if someone in the comments could write down all the things we've said about what Elsinore 2 will be, so we can put all that together, because I'm not going to go back and listen to it all, but if you have gotten to this episode, you've listened to it all, and so you will be able to do that. So if you could please do that, so Golden Glitch can have a handy-dandy list of facts for Elsinore 2. Yeah. I think that would be good for everybody.
I'll take your comments, I'll write them out by hand, and then I will scan them and then mail a PDF of my scanned, childishly written notes to Golden Glitch, being like, here's the design doc Cameron and I made for Elsinore 2.
Please hire us. Our salary has to begin at $120,000 a year, though. And it's got to be up front.
Now then.
I'm sure you met with roaring success and can pay us that much.
I'm a hard bargainer.
Uh-huh.
You can take it out of my profit share on the other end.
Waiting on a ghost. Waiting on
Yep.
a ghost.
Okay, so now Hamlet is going to talk to this ghost, and you've talked to the ghost to prime the ghost. You're standing right in that ghost's butt. Okay. You're good now. Okay. So now everyone's on board.
Yes.
Okay. In life, the ghost was trapped in a time loop, but is the ghost aware of the time loop now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because he can remember from the last. Gotcha.
Yeah. His kind of problem is that he has experienced so much that it's hard for him to kind of focus or care.
Dang. Really laying it out, huh? Let me tell you the plot. Boo.
So here's the King Hamlet's version of this. All his
Dang.
endings.
Yeah. What the heck? So he just lived in a time loop for a bajillion years and then just died at some point?
Yeah, so it's very interesting, right? King Hamlet dies because he's napping in his orchard and supposedly a snake bites him. And the implication we get from the ghost's last line there is that King Hamlet wasn't napping, right? King Hamlet just gave up and just laid in the orchard for, eternity until Quince was like, okay, fine, I'll pick someone new.
Jeez. You think he was killed by a snake?
No, he was killed by Claudius.
Oh, okay.
Claudius is a kind of snake. Claudius is a snake in the Twitter sense. People would respond to Claudius with a snake emoji.
Oh, wow.
Ophelia.
That's right, Claudius. We're coming for you. Range touch makes first nemesis.
King Claudius of Denmark.
Range touch allies include Mick Garris.
Yes.
So here is Hamlet's plan, just to recap what he just explained. We're going to set a trap for Quince and then kill him in front of an audience. And Ophelia was like, wouldn't that cause some problems? And he's just like, no, we'll explain it to everyone afterward.
Yeah, don't think about it.
Yeah. And at least we'll be okay.
I'm just going to add this to my Hamlet call-out post that cannot plan murder is good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's put Hamlet's plan into action.
He's really zipping around here.
Mm-hmm. Friday.
Is that an ending?
What?
Nothing.
Ophelia.
Dang. That's some real time loop energy there, huh? Well, if I mess this up, you can just do it again, right?
Well, considering we're going after, like, the heart of the beast.
Quince.
Yeah. I feel like he might know.
Now then.
Okay. I
Hamlet's
feel like
just
this is gonna be a really hard sell.
just just calmly dropping the multiverse on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Ophelia?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You're embarrassing your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Murder?
I was gonna say we just let the bomb drop about Claudius, and I love his little like sim reaction of like looking back and forth. Oh, the gang's all here.
Is that a ghost?
Brother.
Hamlet.
Goethe.
Oh, Hamlet.
Now it's time to ask ghost informations.
Mm-hmm.
It's ghost time.
Just like, yep, he murdered me, arms crossed.
Do not talk to me about cranking wheels. I don't care for that at all. You're gonna get us demonetized. King Hamlet.
Please.
I like how like people are still like the ghost is there, but the people also don't necessarily believe the ghost.
You could be a liar.
Right? Well, I mean, that's actually Hamlet's problem, right? Is the ghost lying to me?
Dang. I mean, why would a ghost lie? I guess is the, you know.
Well, Hamlet's thinking in the play actually is that it might not be a ghost. It might be a demon taking the form of a ghost.
Shit.
Which, according
not-
to post-Reformation theology, is what ghosts were.
They were always demons?
After the Reformation, yeah, there's no more purgatory.
Uh-huh.
So like, there's no place for ghosts to come from. That's literally that is post-Reformation England. Stephen Greenblatt wrote a whole book about it.
There's no ghost like storage facility.
Yeah. And Quince is just, god moding here, killing off NPCs.
That's bad. This is a real cipher in the Matrix.
Uh-huh.
Spoilers for the Matrix, I guess. Sorry. Dang. Quince is fucked up.
Yeah, no, Quince is not good.
I don't care for it. I don't often think that video games do the meta thing too well. But this is a pretty good meta thing.
And Gertrude's a rogue. Gets backstab.
Die!
Yeah, and stabbing him in the head, too. How did he do that and not see it coming?
I mean, who are we to argue?
Is he really?
When the demiurge controlling the world gets stabbed.
What the heck? My book.
Yeah. Weird.
So is Quince just dead?
Oh, no. But wait.
Yes.
I like that even in the best of all possible worlds, you still have to talk to your dad.
He's just letting us know that there's a party happening.
Isn't it like 9 a.m. on a Thursday?
It's upper hallway epilogue. Huh. Laertes?
Laertes, wait a moment. Do you remember seeing a man get stabbed in the head?
What?
So here we are asking about the plot of Hamlet.
Huh.
Did Norway, ask for passage? It seems like they didn't.
Huh. It's like no Hamlet is happening. Of course, on a scale of 0 to 100% Hamlet.
We only have background Hamlet at the moment.
Father?
Ooh. Oh, it is legit 11 a.m.
I'm starving.
Gilda.
Everyone's just having a good old time, huh?
Yeah, no, it seems like everyone's doing great, really.
You mean the Prince of Norway?
What?
It's a real peer pressure situation, huh?
Mother.
That's what those Dare ads needed.
Yeah.
It's like the king telling the little boy to do drugs.
That's what they were missing, was a strong critique of the monarchy.
Oh, and look at this. Old Hamlet died of some sort of disease, and Hamlet doesn't seem to be suspicious about it at all.
History's mysteries.
Laertes.
Yeah, no, and Laertes is staying around.
Listen.
Ophelia?
So, Lady Britt probably isn't going to murder us.
Probably not.
Okay.
Given the way everything else is going.
Yep. Yeah.
I'd like to toast.
Uh-oh, toasting love
to
over
health
here.
And to this brilliant, wonderful woman, whom I love, and who has loved me in return.
What?
What?
To some, our relationship has known love. To others, it may be more of a surprise.
They're really dragging this out.
Laertes.
I mean, again, there's a reason this one is 90
I'd like
minutes.
to
We've got a
ask
lot of
Lady
ground to
Birch
cover.
Gotcha.
for her hand in marriage.
I want to get to that pirate one.
Yes.
Laertes.
Oh.
No, I'm glad that Laertes is proposing and all that stuff, but also he's been drinking at this point for like 9 hours.
Yeah, kind of everyone has.
Brit,
I don't think you should propose when you're in that kind of dealio.
Ugh.
What? Yeah, I would also humph that, Polonius.
Here's Polonius quoting Shakespeare. Not going to admit to the marriage of true minds impediments. Sonnet 116.
Laertes.
How many sonnets do you know?
Like, what do you mean? Do I know? Do I have them memorized?
Yeah, well, it seems like you know that one.
Oh, just because that's like one of the famous ones. I'm not a big sonnets person, but 116 is one of the big ones.
That's a type of Twitter guy.
Yeah, Sonnet
Sonnet.
116 is a type of Twitter guy. Yes.
Oh no, I was gonna say just a sonnets guy.
Oh, okay.
Like just someone who's way into sonnets and is like always trying to work them into any kind of conversation. Well, you know, this reminds me a lot about, you know, Sonnet 212. Have you heard it before?
Let me recite it for you.
When hence the meadow doth betwain, a morrow does occur. I think that was iambic pentameter, right?
It was pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
It was iambic, at least.
Yeah.
I know this has nothing to do with the thing that we're watching with the end of it, but have you ever seen the like Thomas Middleditch improv Shakespeare thing?
Maybe.
It's like a stage show they do in LA where they completely improv in Shakespearean language.
My queen.
No, I have not seen that, but I don't really like improv, so that would maybe explain it.
Well, it just seems interesting. It seems like a difficult constraint.
Have you seen it?
No,
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if it was any good.
no, I don't really like Shakespeare, so that's why I haven't seen it.
Okay, so it's like the one piece of media perfectly suited to fly through both of our screeners.
Yeah, it's the gift of the Magi.
Yeah.
But I gave up my improv for your Shakespeare. Okay, we're back.
Just talking to
Kind of
everyone.
catching up.
Yeah, because like what dreams may come, right? Like Hamlet's
Rosie.
over. We're out of the story. Like what's next for everybody?
Wait, is What Dreams May Come from Shakespeare?
Yeah, that's Hamlet. That's how Hamlet describes death. In that sleep of death, what dreams may come.
I really wish this was the video format so you could see the face I'm making right now.
You're like, Richard Matheson didn't write that?
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, but he did.
Yeah.
'Cause I get it. Okay. Robin Williams was in that film.
Horatio.
We're just finding out what everybody's up to, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that Horatio talks as if he's been everywhere and seen everything. He looks to be all of 14 years old.
Very elfin.
The Elf King.
Horatio the Elf King.
OC, do not steal. What are your plans for the future?
Father.
Woohoo!
Cool. Seems like everyone's just having a good time, huh?
Yeah.
And we haven't seen this book.
No, the book's gone.
Yes.
Just straight up gone.
Killed Quince, killed the book.
Wow. How are we going to access all of our cool endings?
Oh, don't worry, we have the magic of editing on our side.
So this is one potential ending of the game, then.
Oh, yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Right? Not in the way that the book endings are, but it's like its own kind of branch.
Great.
Yeah.
But and the reason I'm asking that is like this doesn't connect back to those endings in any kind of way.
Ophelia.
Well.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
We'll have to think about that.
Okay. Interesting. Wait, are you Quince now? What's this?
What?
Are you the Christian devil?
I mean, So, Augustine says that devils are like people, fundamentally, right? We have sort of the same kind of cognitive capabilities, right?
Yep.
Devils can reason similar to the way that humans reason, and we also can experience sensuality in similar ways.
This is how you
so in
can
that-
trick them.
So, yeah, in that sense, right? Like, yeah, sure, I am the Christian devil.
He admits it.
Another one for my call-out sheet.
Why is everybody sitting on the ground?
Because it's the last day of summer camp.
Everybody's got to sit around and cry.
I mean, that's kind of the feeling here, right?
Yeah,
These are
it
the ones
feels
who
like
are all
they're-
kids together.
It feels like they're all going to die, for sure. Dang. That lute is right there.
Yeah, just hanging out behind Ophelia.
I love you.
They'll never get it.
Aww.
That's fun.
Everything's
Ophelia.
Aww.
No, leave her.
Yes.
Hamlet grew up to be an attorney in New York City. Bernardo died in Vietnam.
Turns out stopping the war with Norway, then he had to go to Vietnam.
Yeah. It's messed up. Ophelia? Well, I haven't talked to her in years. Last I heard, she was down south.
Britt just passed out. That's weird.
What the fuck?
Fred.
Oh, that's bad. This is real bad.
Oh no, the Langoliers are showing up.
What? Dang, the Langoliers is good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if literally, but conceptually.
Conceptually, yeah, it's like, it kicks ass.
Oh no, all these people are gonna...
I can't talk to
about
him.
it? Oh no. Oh. Oh, okay. What is happening?
Look at that, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Oh no. Well, I mean, that'll happen.
Uh-huh.
I've heard tale. Oh.
Stop!
What?
Uh-oh.
Ophelia.
This is wild.
Please.
I'm a ghost! Boo! Oh no.
Miss me?
No!
Oh, that's a bad ending, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Where you think everything's good and then it's bad?
Yep.
That's rude. He was right. He can make bad stuff happen. He wasn't kidding.
Ophelia.
Ah.
Yeah, so it turns out he's not as easily taken out as we thought.
Jeez. Whoa, God. I don't care for that at all.
I am a god.
So turns out, as much of a gamer that we've become, there's no outgaming Quince.
Some sort of meta gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Is Quince Dionysus?
I mean, maybe, right? Or at least the thing he made his deal with to get his stupid evil book. And that would make him something like the Lawnmower Man.
I don't care for that at all. I don't care for that image. I don't care for that idea. I am morally and literally and conceptually against it. Some real Final Fantasy ass music going on too.
Of course.
He's getting force choked?
Yep.
No!
Stop!
Oh.
Well, dang. So we gotta use this book.
Magnificent.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of the situation, it seems.
And it seems like even if we give him the book back, he could still keep doing this.
Yeah. The thing we just gotta hope for is that he is bored enough of us that he'll go on.
That's rough.
Yep, truly happy ending does not exist.
Why not? Wow.
Uh-huh. So even in
Ophelia.
death, we go right back to the beginning.
Worms. Worms and wriggling earth.
Ophelia's like, I do not care. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Who could care about this?
All right.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Here we go.
So there are all these endings, and you can revisit it, which is what I'll be doing at the beginning. I'm going to revisit each one because that will show you the circumstance that immediately preceded unlocking that ending, and then you get a little bit of extra content to help.
It all
Gotcha.
comes back to where I began.
So this is the default ending. This is the one you have unlocked. If you don't unlock any other endings, this one will be there for you because it's the ending that Ophelia gets in Hamlet, which is she drowns.
I mean, it's like off screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she jump off the castle wall? Did I make that up?
No, what actually happens, as Gertrude describes it in the play, is she's trying to like pick flowers by the
What
river.
just happened?
Oh. I might be getting her confused with Lady Macbeth.
Ophelia.
Yeah.
Does Lady Macbeth jump off a castle wall?
She just dies off screen. We don't know how.
There's a lot of that, it seems, going around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is the second little bit of content we get with the endings. We come to this kind of weird afterlife. And all of the characters that we know and love will talk to us about what the ending we've chosen or might choose means. Temporary space to explore what has been and might be.
I'm searching for a metaphor here. I'm searching. I'm trying to find a metaphor. Curtain call. How about that one?
Ugh.
So does this give us... I guess I'll find out in a second. Okay. The book of face. Boo.
I see.
Got it. So mechanically, we're able to choose some different stuff.
Right. So this is going to give us an opportunity to pop back out and look at what the other endings might offer.
So it's not just movie magic that we're employing here. This is mechanically something in the game.
Yes.
Got it.
Ugh.
40,000 brothers.
And that's lines when Laertes and Hamlet fight in the play over who loves Ophelia more.
Well, that's a weird thing to say.
Uh-huh.
That's an extremely weird thing to be like, well, I love her more than 40,000 of you.
Yep. Hamlet in that same speech also says that he is so like head up and like he's so upset over Ophelia's death that he would drink vinegar and eat a crocodile.
Cool. I think I like Hamlet now. Also, those don't feel equivalent.
So here's Irma asking the big questions. What's this ending mean? The one where the normal Shakespearean ending. What does that mean if Ophelia has to die, right? Even if things work out for other people.
Oh, so this is some real meta.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If I were dead, I would simply say, what if I were meant to live? But, and yet, what if I were meant to live?
And so the ghost is advocating for this ending. Because it's technically the one he
Thank you,
chose.
everyone. I think I know what I ought to know
Oh,
now.
yeah. Okay. So does choosing the fate here, I mean, does that give us anything else, or is it just like, good job, that's the ending?
No, it just gives us the ending, and we get to watch the credits. Like that's sort of the end of that. But
Got it.
doing the other thing is, I hope you're ready to see this because we're going to see it a couple times. Waking up and choosing the book again.
Although I do like that she is stopping Hamlet like mid-sentence there.
Yeah.
So you don't have to listen to it anymore. Take me there.
Yep. So yeah, this is the next ending, which is where I convinced my entire family to run away with me.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That's wealth enough for me. I think if you abandon the ruling party in their time of need and they win their battle, you're dead.
Thankfully, there are precious few worlds in which Denmark actually seems to win this war.
Ready.
That's true. Immune.
Please.
Oh, dang. So you see this little intro bit every time, too.
You get to watch all of the characters react to the end you chose.
Got it. Okay. Okay, so your dad's going to be sad.
Right? And I just think this is really interesting, and it ties into one of the things that I've said about this game, right, is that it is interested in taking these characters that are, in terms of Hamlet the play, right, kind of just puzzle pieces, right, kind of sort of sets of dispositions or attitudes that make the plot move forward, and injecting them with kind of these novelistic backstories and like this, having them respond to the ending that you have chosen for them.
Yeah, I've been reading recently about, I was reading Etienne Balibar's book on John Locke and like the concept of consciousness. And he basically argues that Locke invents consciousness as we understand it, this kind of like unity of thought and reflection and the previous notion of the soul. He was basically the first figure to staple it all together. And produce this idea of identity and consciousness. And so what's interesting to me about this and the way you're talking about it is that this
Thank
game
you, everyone.
is like fully psychologizing all these characters.
Right.
In that they have like full consciousness, right? Whereas they don't, because they're fictional.
Right, exactly. Right. Like and that is sort of like what the game is, like what the game can do because it is a game, is take something that can be very formulaic or puzzle piecey, like the play that Shakespeare wrote, and then tell that story in multiple sort of dimensions at the same time, and that leaves them actually with a lot of space that they have to fill. That results in kind of that like psychologizing effect that we talk about in literary study, especially with like the invention of the novel and the rise of prose.
Well, it seemed like everyone in that previous, I know I was talking over it, but it seemed like everyone was kind of okay
Yeah.
with leaving. What is this ending?
This is one that we never see on screen because you just unlock it by making people think you're crazy.
Ophelia.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
So see, she like when you start telling, when you tell too many people about like the time loop, they start thinking you're insane.
Got it.
And here she is talking to Perdita and Florizel and talking about Fair Bohemia. These are all characters and locations in Shakespeare's play The Winter's Tale.
Goodbye.
I didn't know that was a Shakespeare play.
You didn't, or
No, I just didn't. I didn't. That sounds like a fake thing. That sounds like something you just made
I
up.
was gonna say, I thought you were saying you knew about it but didn't know it was a Shakespeare play, and I was thinking, how on earth would you know about The Winter's Tale but also not know that Shakespeare wrote it?
No, I don't.
It's one of his lesser sort of discussed, popularly at the moment at least. The Victorians loved it. But it's very weird. It's a late play. It starts as a tragedy and ends as a comedy. And like self-consciously so. Like it is clearly written to switch genres at the midpoint.
That's fun.
Yeah. A guy gets killed by a bear in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Please.
On screen?
The bear like chases him off stage, like it's the most famous stage direction in Shakespeare.
Yes.
Exit pursued by a bear.
Gotcha. Followed by murdered by bear. Dang. They're all kind of clowning on her here a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Don't do this. It sucks. This is a bad one, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will fall.
Jeez. Not even
this
letting
is
you
not
have
a
like a
great
fun
ending.
one.
Yeah.
No.
I...
It's kind of a cop out for it to be like, this is an ending, but not really. It won't be real.
I mean, that was also what Quince told us, right? There is no happy ending except for your imagination.
This is ending what, number 4?
Yep. So this is the one where everyone got holed up in the castle while Norway invaded.
The siege.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I feel like a siege is not, if it's just you and your family
Denmark
holed up in a central
will
tower, that's not really a siege. That's just being in prison.
Well, you know, war is a funny thing.
That's like saying that those that guy who had to eat his whole family in Dante's Inferno. It's like saying he was besieged.
Well, he was besieged by the wages of his own sin.
I guess. That's right, everybody who's watching and listening. I also know about the classics. I've read a book or two.
I feel like I am 100% sure you have used that same line somewhere else in this LP, but about something else entirely. So,
I gotta make sure they know.
yeah, I mean, you came out of a great books program.
I've read all the important books written by people from basically one continent.
Yep. But it means you've got one hell of a
Nothing
grip
wrong
on
with that.
Rabelais.
No problems there. Oh yeah, I don't think we did. Anyway.
Please.
Okay.
Yep. So everyone survived.
Kind of worked.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
The gift of life.
Hamlet?
Shut up, Hamlet.
Your Highness.
Oh, heck.
Hamlet, shocked to find out the war didn't
No.
end in a day.
Also, wouldn't Lady Britt just be stabbing everybody in there?
In like being holed up?
Yeah.
No, because I brought what the hell's our brother's name? Laertes back, so she can like canoodle with him.
I see.
And that made her quit being a spy?
Well, no, she quit being a stabby person because we caught her.
So that's just never... I see. Okay.
Right, like that's just sort of removed. Like she was put up to that by her family,
think I
and like
know
it has
what I
been
ought to
changed
know.
such that she will just not do that anymore.
Well, that didn't seem like a great ending. Like all told.
But everyone lived.
Well, they still got to fight a war.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, this is a good one. I mean, theoretically could be a good one. This could go bad. I know what happens in Othello.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. We've also already been told by Quince precisely what will happen here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you'll get ignored. Wait, is Othello here? He's not.
Please.
Oh, wait, there he
Yep.
is. Never mind.
And I love how Gertrude just comes out like, yeah.
Yes.
Like, run away with Othello, sure.
Seems great.
If I had run away with someone when I was a teenager, I would not be here.
Please.
Dang, Othello really delivering the self-own there.
Well, and that's also like another rewriting of Othello's speeches from the play. He's very good at those figures of rhetoric of like there's a sort of expected self-denigration.
Quince.
Yeah, get the hell out of here, Quince.
Stay away from me.
You can have it your way.
I'm off to Burger King.
Burger King. Old Burger King Hamlet. Ooh.
Oh my god, like the Burger King Hamlet where like the ghost is the Burger King. And like Hamlet is like some
He doesn't
twerpy kid
speak.
who has to like put on the mask.
Burger King, my DMs are open. Let me know. I've already said $150,000 up front.
And old Hamlet was
Thank
kind of
you,
saying
everyone.
like, listen,
I think
you
I
don't
know what I
know
ought to
really
do.
kind of whether Quince was telling the truth entirely, right? And in a way, he just kind of like poisoned it for you, right? He was intentionally trying to get you to not choose this by highlighting the negative. So,
Oh, yeah. It could be great.
yeah.
So we got 2 more? Something like that.
I think. Hold on. Let me count my head. Actually, we'll find out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, looking like it. Cool.
I'm glad that like you right now and me while recording this both thought to check to see how many remained
Onward.
at the exact like just circumstantial simultaneity.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. What the heck?
Yeah, this was the pirate ending.
Please.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We got warped back at the end of that.
Mm-hmm. Hamlet's just so sad. He's like, "Oh, you're leaving me for a pirate queen." Oh.
Yeah, I think so, dude. Like, think about it.
Why would you leave us in our darkest hour?
Yeah.
It's like, why on earth are you calling this your darkest hour? I'm a part of this too.
This is also, it's a lot like every time that Michael Bluth threatens to leave his family. It just never works out. And then it's like, well, yeah, I mean, it would make sense if he did that, but he won't. Yeah, let's go, Captain Grace. No.
If she does, we shall all perish.
I'll die.
I'm your Tamagotchi, Ophelia.
You gotta feed me once every 8 hours. I've been alive since 1998.
It's not that simple.
Dang. big opportunity cost here
Mm-hmm.
to pirate adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
My love.
Ophelia, remember, it's me, your papa. It's kind of messed up that she's getting bullied
Thank
into
you,
staying in the
everyone.
plot of this play.
I
Yeah.
think I know what I
I mean,
ought
again,
to know now.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
There's always loots in the banana stand.
Let's see here.
All right, time to check out the circumstances of our last ending.
Yeah, I forget what it was. Everyone for myself. Oh, yeah, just fleeing in the town, basically.
Yeah, this is just basically like letting the invasion happen, but not dying.
How curious.
The Elf Lord Fortinbras again. Here we go. My man Fortinbras got his shoulders are approximately 5 times as wide as his head.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
He's been lifting.
Ah, I see.
What?
I mean,
They
you know,
don't
it
care for
tur-
this one, huh?
It turns out people don't like dying. They're not too happy about any ending that involves them just being like run over.
Deal with it. That's what I have to say. Let's see you get cursed. I don't think they should get a say,
I see.
personally.
My love.
Polonius is okay with it though.
Good. Oh, I wish he had not said father's right there. I wish he'd been like, I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong.
I did not see myself as dealing with wicked men.
Yeah, wicked men? What?
I was in my sophomore year. I was taking organic chem.
Chilling. Yeah.
The hour comes.
You can never come back. Never,
Thank you,
ever.
everyone.
Ever, ever, ever.
Think
So yeah,
I know
the ghost
what
is
I ought to
correct.
know
When we
now.
choose an ending, that well, actually the game will explain it, I guess. So I'll let that happen.
ah,
Well, there's, we've seen all the endings.
We haven't seen them actually. We've seen the start to them.
Oh, so there's like more
There's a little bit
stuff.
Yeah. A little bit more to see after you actually choose the ending. And here I am, just trying to decide, where do I want to go? What ending do I want? What one will it be? Well, I mean, let's take the default ending. If Shakespeare wrote it, it's got to be good.
this is the fate
that true?
I choose. One woe treads upon another's heel. So
Was that a
fast
Shakespeare
they
line?
follow. This is the way
In a
things were
way.
meant to be. This is how the story was always meant to end. So what was I still fighting for?
You know, from now on, anytime
longer
any
have an
text
answer to
happens,
that
I'm going to be like, is that a Shakespeare line?
So
And my answer will
I
always
handed
be, in a
Quince
way.
his little black book and went to the woods. When I arrived at the creek's edge, I came with fantastic garlands of crow flowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples crowned all around my hair. I wanted to show Quince that I was not afraid. that this was not me being
So,
backed into
in the play,
a corner, but
Ophelia
emerging
is
triumphant.
bedecked in flowers. It's
Solution
part of her
in hand.
madness as she's gathering
The world
flowers.
of Elsinore is better off
and this
without
recasts
me,
that
and I am
as
not afraid
a
to
kind of an
die.
intentional affront to Quince.
Not anymore. So I plunged
Yeah, I've seen that
into the
painting.
water.
Yeah.
The
Feet
one.
first, eyes closed. It was only a moment before my skirts were drenched and I was sinking too quickly to turn back. Denmark will push on without me. Fortinbras will invade, the crown will fall, and all will die in the ensuing fire.
Oh,
But out of the husk
did I
of
mention?
this world,
I started to
something
mention and then
new
stopped.
is reborn.
When you choose a book,
Because
or choose an
Fortinbras,
ending out of the
that
book,
golden
that is the
prince
ending.
Is fit to rule Denmark in a way none of us ever really were.
Like, the book goes back to
Fortinbras leads
Quince.
the unification of Denmark, Norway, and eventually
This is kind of the
Sweden.
only one we got, I guess.
The three countries unite together for the first time.
So
in
you've had to
centuries.
use some
There is
movie magic.
peace.
Yes.
To show off the
Fortinbras
others.
speaks of the burning of Elsinore, that horrible catastrophe which claimed all of our lives. He uses it as a warning bell with which to rally all under his rule. Let us never have another Elsinore, he proposes. Though he was the one who shackled
Damn.
my country in the end.
Yeah.
For once, there is little infighting. There is little to fear. The wealth of all nations continues to rise. Those few straggling survivors of Fortinbras' invasion are permitted to remain at Elsinore and hold no court, where they lived out their lives in silence and mediocrity. And no one within Denmark speaks of me, Hamlet, or anyone else again, save in whispers told to children too young to have witnessed the invasion firsthand. No one remembers us. There is one grave into which they spill all our ashes. It sits at the far edge of the royal graveyard. We bought this peace with our lives. I hope the future is a better one because of it. I hope. Farewell, Elsinore.
Bummer. So,
Damn, owned.
yeah, let's go to a different ending.
This is the
Okay.
fate
Wait, which is this one? This is Leaving?
Yep.
Gone from Elsinore, my father's worst fear. The gates closed behind us forever as we gathered into our singular carriage, all our worldly possessions strapped to the top. We traveled for 2 days until we reached the outer limits of Denmark's borders, a small castle of no repute, crumbling away into snow and dirt. This is the land my father was given to carry out the rest of our quiet lives. We have no servants, no animals, only these broken stone walls and us. At first, Father uses his connections to borrow a little money where he can, but he knows we cannot pay them back, and in time, that coin dries up. We learn to do honest work. Laertes chops the wood that feeds the fire. I gather what roots and food I can find from the forest to feed us and learn to set traps. For a while, it is a good, warm life, for what little it's worth. Every night, Laertes strums his lute as Father and I drift off to sleep by the fire. I grow close to Laertes. I get to know Father in a way I never did. He talks about Mother more. He talks about the love they felt for one another, and the love he feels for us. Father clasps his hands in mine and swears to me that someday soon he's going to get us out of here, somewhere better. He says it with tears in the corner of his eyes, and I can tell he means it. But one morning, after a particularly cold December night, Father wakes with a cough. It does not improve. Soon he lies in bed, unable to stand without shaking so hard he looks like he might collapse altogether. Laertes and I bring him all that we can. Every medication, every ointment. We sell a few of my dresses to bring the local physician to have a look at Father. For the first time in my life, I pray. I don't know who's listening, so I pray to Mother Mary. I beg her to keep Father alive, offer her anything she likes, anything but his life. Anything. And it seems like someone is listening to my prayers. Father's health improves slowly. He begins to sit up a little. He begins to eat. We even take him outside when spring comes. He begins to talk of us leaving this place and going somewhere better. South to Bohemia, perhaps, or even further afield. But one morning, when I go to rouse him, he's cold. The body is stiff, eyes sunken, skin stretched too taut over the bones. I have to look away.
Despite your best
Laertes
efforts,
holds me tight.
Polonius will always
We bury
die.
him in a little patch of green moss close
Dang.
to the castle's walls. I try not to resent our exile as I look to
Real
the
story
south
about
towards
dads.
Elsinore's walls, and I fail. After Father's death, it is
This
hard
is
to
the
imagine
dadification
ever
of
being
games.
happy again. Years pass, and Laertes and I frequently go months speaking to no one but each other. We are surprised to find we do not miss the company. Both of us marry, eventually. Laertes meets a small woman with a gentle smile and a quiet nature, a shepherd's daughter. She makes a pleasant counterpoint to his stormy attitude. And I am married to a dark-haired man with a gift for poetry. A baron's son.
A Berenstein
Luckily,
Baron's
this
son.
one is far more kind than Hamlet ever was. Laertes
But which
offers him
spelling?
everything we have as a dowry. Our spouses
Which
come to live
multiverse
in
is
the
this in?
crumbling castle, and slowly we begin to fix it up. There are new doors and windows now. With all of Father's connections a mystery to us, this is our home, now and forever. A few chickens, cows, and pigs make do in the front yard, and soon they are joined by children who like to chase them around. This is not a noble life. This is not the life I would have chosen for myself, and it isn't the life Father would have wanted us to lead. But in the end, we are, if not happy, something very much like happiness.
Or at the very least, the most depressing so
Farewell,
far.
Elsinore.
Yeah, jeez.
I should say not the most depressing. I think I misspoke.
This is the fate I
This is
choose.
the
So far.
Today I am going to a lovely party. It is being hosted by the Queen. She's been warm and generous
Oh, this
to me
is
lately.
the
She will come to mingle with me before
Gone
the
Mad
party,
version?
and we'll laugh
Yep.
together, discussing our plans for the night. Laertes is home in Elsinore for good now, and he and Father will be there. They will come to see me at the party tonight. Now that he and Britt are to be wed, I've caught him with Father debating the dowry.
As you can see,
long
this is
into
the
night.
ending that
Father will
that sort of
tonight
weird,
tell
creepy
Laertes
party
all he
scenario
once
we were
knew
in
of love,
is this.
how to be kind, how to disagree charitably.
Before Quince
to
came back
grow
in
together.
and told us to pick a real
Quince and his
ending.
players will be there too,
Mhm.
providing endless merriment as the night goes on. Hamlet and Claudius have made up as friends. Both of them will be there tonight, where they'll announce the first dance. Hamlet will offer me his hand. It might have trembled once, but not anymore. And when I take it, he'll look me in the eye and give me a wink almost brief enough to miss. Then he'll pull me towards him. This is the real Hamlet, the constant
minute, the
joker.
Joker?
Hamlet,
The man
constant
I've known
joker.
all my life. As we move and spin, we pass Horatio and Bernardo. Horatio dancing with ease, Bernardo watching his feet in a panic. I stifle a giggle. Against the wall, Britt nurses a goblet of wine and watches us with a small, quiet smile. The night comes to its close by the fire, where wine and cheese are shared freely until we're all stuffed. After I fall into bed that
Nothing
night,
I like more than
warm and
a
happy,
feast of
I
cheese
look
and
to
wine.
sunshine. I dress and make my way to the pond. The flowers are in full bloom. Ours is an eternal
And we read Infinite
summer.
Jest every day.
No winter's frost can ever touch the pond's surface, or kill the hundreds of beautiful flowers which line its edge.
I read the
I
footnotes.
peer into the water and see myself looking
The
back
endnotes.
at me, and at once I shriek.
Don't want the jesters coming after me.
Ophelia in
They're
the
in
water
notes,
is
sorry.
haggard. Her eyes are sunken into the holes in her skull. Her hair is a ragged mess, framing her face like a dark cloud. She wears a white shift and sits in a shadowy cell. Her nails are split and bloodied, where she has scratched at stone trying to escape the darkness. Whispers come from the water. Poor girl. Gone quite mad. Kept here for life. Lost cause. Slowly they grow, increasing in volume and number until the voices are screaming at me, booming through the water. The Ophelia in the water looks back at me and begs me to reach through, pulling her into my world. Her bloodied hand extends to me, but I can't. That would shatter the wall between us. That would shatter everything. I rip my gaze away. The whispers cease. Above me, white clouds drift, immaculate in a blue August sky. I wasn't hearing voices. I was hearing crickets. Crickets and frogs in the tall grass. Everything is as it should be. I mustn't spend a spare moment thinking of that other Ophelia, the one locked in that horrible place. I feel for her, but she isn't me. Besides, tonight I am going to a lovely party. Laertes is home in Elsinore for good now, and he and Father will be there. They'll come to see me at the party tonight. Now that he and Brit are to be wed, I've caught him with Father debating the dowry long into the night. Quince and his players will be there too, providing endless merriment. Farewell, Elsinore.
That seems okay.
Yeah, fine. This is peace for
I
survival.
mean, it's not the worst thing in the world.
This is the fate I choose. I alert the War Council to Elsinore's undefended gates, and we are able to rally in time to mount a defense. Rather than burning Castletown on his way to the Great Hall, Fortinbras finds cohorts of men standing at the ready, weapons drawn. And despite his best efforts, when he is thrown deep into the underbelly of Elsinore's dungeons, he does not escape again. For all our quiet nature, when backed into a corner, Danes have always risen to defend our country with unrivaled ferocity. Norway is deflected successfully, but not forever. Fortinbras must be returned to his people, and returned he is. For a price. But soon Sweden, emboldened by Norway's falter, moves in to attack us anew. Claudius uses an impending war to turn his image around with the Danish nobility, and summon troops from them. So, when all three countries clash in full force, our masses are equal. Across the salted cliffs leading up to Elsinore's walls, war rages. And that fight, unceasing, consumes everything each country had, until we are forced to assume debts from anywhere we can. Father, Laertes, and I settle in for several long winters. We watch as Denmark's coffers are drained of gold, day by day.
If only more of us had been
Eventually,
dead.
the war becomes a backdrop to our own personal hardships. Things which had once been luxuries.
I like this
around the
idyllic
castle
image of
disappear
looking at a
overnight.
burning like
Hamlet is wed.
ship thing.
Pomp and celebration to Brit. All this for the price of more men, more horses, more coins from the pockets of the House of Brockenhus. Once lavish feasts become a simple dinner of stew and bread. We celebrate festivals quietly, internally, and do not throw extravagant galas once common to Queen Gertrude's tastes. At his wit's end, Father has my finest gown sold to pay for a dowry for me, then offers my hand in marriage to the son of a wealthy family, a man whom I have never met.
A lot of dress selling
But
in these endings.
my husband-to-be is killed a week later on the war front. A dark-humored blessing. Claudius taxes his countrymen to the greatest extent possible. They starve. We live. We live. That's what's most critical, isn't it? We live. We wait out the rest of our lives together as one castle, as one extended family. Everyone survives. The first time Fortinbras attacked, I knew that was the future I wanted to see. Through my own labor, I was able to make it come true. I had that power. It is far better to have survived, intact and unhappy, than to have died at each other's hands, right? As long as we few are still alive, as long as my small tribe still lives, we can find some comfort in one another. This life is not glorious. Denmark slips more and more into obscurity as the shadow of war shrinks away. We are a poor nation. As long as I live, we will always be a poor nation. Let it slip away then, into dusty books and
This was
faint
someone's
memories.
Crusader Kings game.
Farewell, Elsinore.
100%.
It's like, we have been conquered by Korea.
This is the fate I choose. I follow Othello out of town. He leads me to his horse tied up at the last trough before the open road. He gives me done, rough-made clothes and a cloth to cover my hair and face.
Why is there no image
both know
associated
I
with
cannot
this?
Oh, we're going to get there.
And I don't look like anyone else in
A
town.
couple of them have started in the dark.
When the others realize I'm
but I wanna
gone,
see this
scouting
image.
parties will be sent to follow in our tracks, but they will give up around Denmark's border. And we are far swifter, traveling day and night alike. Othello has a mind to head to Venice. As a massive trade city, it'll be simple for us to hide there. So we continue south, and I see
I really
land
want her
I've
to say.
never
And then
seen.
Othello happened.
I never dreamed such a
You know,
place
the play?
existed. On the path,
You
we
know, the
encounter
one.
travelers.
The Kenneth Branagh movie?
Sometimes they threaten us, other times they ignore us, but frequently they offer to break
Now
bread
that's a
with
scam,
us
Kenneth
together
Branagh.
around a fire. One night, we cross paths with a traveling priest. He is headed to a small abbey in the far north. He asks if we are wed. Othello and I sheepishly look at each other and admit we are not. That evening, the priest walks us through.
He's very
sealing our
insistent about
vows.
it.
Binding our hands together.
I, for one,
with
hate
rough
when
cord,
a
he
wandering
whispers a
priest
prayer
walks
over
by and
us.
asks my wife and I if we're married.
I have never felt
Sometimes
so
I say
loved.
we're not, just so we can
So
experience
what?
the magic all over again.
His eyes are the last thing I see before I fall asleep that night. His arms wrapped tightly around me. Othello, my husband. A month later, we reach Venice. Enormous white buildings drop steeply off into the waterways, boats zipping to and fro. It is here where Othello and I begin our new life. I write a letter to Elsinore, addressed to just one person, Horatio.
Everyone else can
The
get
only one of
bent.
them I can trust not to come looking for me in the end.
And also,
Several months later, much to
I
my
just-
surprise,
I feel like that
I
letter is
received
going to
a
go through more than one
he was
person.
once a popular man in Venice, believe it or not. Don't live in squalor. Let your friends help you. Love, H. Attached is an address for a tavern in the center of town. We visit it and inquire.
We go to
about
the tavern.
Horatio.
We meet a
We are
dwarven
instantly
warrior
given a
and an
small
elvish
room in the
priest.
tavern's attic, warm and dry and modest.
Oh man, more
I'm put
Elsinore
to
2
work serving
material.
Wine and ale to the many soldiers and traders
In
who
Elsinore
call the
2,
tavern their
they have to go to
ransom.
the Tomb of Annihilation.
Othello, having grander ambitions than pouring drinks, joins the Venetian Republic as a soldier. At first, he does as little as he can and comes home to me by the time the sun sets each night. But over time, he has gone longer and longer. He rises through the ranks quickly. His commanders lean on him for his insight, and he has the sharp kind of mind and level-headed intellect that few men possess. One day, he is gone later than usual, and I run out into the streets to find him. I don't have to go far. I see him standing in the middle of a marble square, calling up to a woman who leans over a balcony above him. Desdemona. She is as beautiful as I imagined she would be. Her eyes are bright, and as the fading sunlight shines through her, she is radiant. I see the way he looks up at her.
That's her up there.
I cannot hear their conversation.
What the heck?
It is clear that this is not the first time they have spoken, and it will not be the last. As much as I speak reasonably, as much as
Well,
I
if it
beg,
makes
as
you
much
feel
as I
better, it doesn't
weep,
really work out for them.
no one has laid eyes on her. And everything Quince warned me about begins to come true. He loves her more each day and me less. But that's the thing about human hearts. One moment you can be as certain as stone, And the next, with just a slight shift, one look of those bright eyes, everything has changed. Eventually, I can bear it no more. I tell him to go and to be with her. And to his credit, he does not lie to me or beg me to keep him. He nods, kisses me goodbye, and leaves without another word. But I stand alone. I need no one. I work at the tavern and grow to like my small, comfortable, well-defined life. I even grow to love it sometimes, in the quiet moments. For years, I loved a man who loved me more than life itself. A love to surpass the stars. A love which outshone even Desdemona. I will never forget that love. But it's time for me to move on, and I do. Venice is a magical city, a breathing, living city. It is full of art and life and God and the smell of
four
the
things.
sea. I find my own comfort here. At least it's not Elsinore. At least it's
Hell
not
yeah.
Denmark. I will never know what became of my family at home. Whether they were happy, whether they resented me for leaving. I'm sure they did. At least at first. But I made my choice. And it was worth it. Every single day of it. Farewell, Elsinore.
Okay.
This is the fate I choose. I join Grace's
Cool.
crew, and my old life disappears
Pirate
into the wake of
adventures,
her
just
new
like you asked
vessel.
for.
Life at sea is unlike anything
best
I've
one.
ever experienced before.
Although she's wearing
One night,
wingtip shoes,
the ship
which is
is
a bit
rolling
weird.
to and fro, and I pray to anyone
think those
who's
are practical
listening I
for
won't
pirating.
be thrown overboard. The next
Oh,
night,
you're an
everything
expert
is
on
calm.
piracy now?
The full moon shines upon the deck, and the other
Yeah.
members of the crew teach me to play cards.
LimeWire,
We drink until my head
Napster,
is fuzzy and I
Kazaa,
curl up asleep
all
on
of
the
them.
Never
bed.
once wore wingtips.
I soon become fast friends with the crew and learn about their lives.
No.
I'd thought them crusty.
You'll slip
and
and fall
prim,
down
but
on
they
linoleum
welcome me with
floors.
open arms and gladly call me their friend. Grace takes up teaching me the ins and outs of using a sword. I'm a surprisingly quick study. Soon I'm able to disarm even men of the crew who have fought for years. I am not strong, but I am quick. And Grace says there's value in that. The first time we are boarded by an enemy vessel, I freeze up. I nearly lose my head until one of my crewmates calls out to me and I am able to find the guts to stand my ground and fight. Afterward, Grace approaches me and catches me in a firm embrace. I never knew what it was to be proud like this. We sail the world for 3 years, pillaging what cargo we might and selling it off the coast of Ireland to whomever
Mostly
will
people
take
who
it
live
for
off the
point.
coast of Ireland.
When we're not sailing, we retire to one of Grace's coastal castles and drink and flirt and tell stories. Sometimes, Grace confides in me about her past husbands, about her life before piracy, about her fears for her crew. She worries for them like a mother over her children. We stay up long into the night together. We know each other more thoroughly than I've ever known anyone. I've never felt like I was home before now. All of this comes to a sudden halt one morning when we are far out at sea. The day is foggy, and we are spotted by an English privateer before we see them. We do our best to flee her, but she gains on us. Not long afterward, her crew boards our deck, swiftly defeats us, ties us up hand and foot, and lines us up on the deck. They
Not
slit our
liking pirate
throats one
adventures
by
now.
one, or make us walk the plank for their entertainment. By that evening, only Grace and I are left alive.
This is also
I have
someone's
told
Crusader
them of my
Kings
noble
game.
blood to buy us time. There, in the darkness, with our heads close together, I hear Grace crying for the first time in my life. I've never been so frightened. She inches closer to me, and her hands bound in front of her reaches out to clasp my own hand with her fingertips. I feel her hot breath on my face. Then she whispers something I never expected to hear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the adventure didn't last longer. The both of us lie there in silence. our fingers touching until dawn breaks and our enemies come for us. They decide to slit our throats too. I watch as they cut Grace's throat. Thankfully, I only have to listen to the sounds of her death for a moment before their hands are on me and I too am gone. This life was a good one. Like Grace, I wish it could have lasted a little longer, but none of us know what time we have left on this earth. I will never know what became of my family at home. Whether they were happy, whether they resented me for leaving, I'm sure they did. At least at first. But I made my choice. And it was worth all 3 years. Every single day of it. Farewell, Elsinore.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Went a little dark.
What a downer.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fate I choose. The morning I depart Elsinore is cold and dreary. I do not know where I am being taken. The cart has been arranged on my behalf. It is only late that evening, when my carriage arrives in a small border town, that I realize where I am going. Home. At least, it is my family's home. A small manor with crumbling walls, hardly an intact window, nothing to burn in the hearth. It is all that remains of our house's once great estate. Here I am to live out my life in silence, unopposed to our new ruler. And for 2 years I do. I linger. I sell most of my
Third
fine
gown
gowns and hire
selling.
men to patch the windows and walls. Slowly,
These
the
gowns
manor
are-
home
they're too
comes
valuable.
together. It regains its former
Liquid
loveliness.
gold.
But even when intact, it is not my home. It is my father's home. The one Laertes and I never lived in. And nothing remains of father here. So, it can never be mine. One day, a messenger arrives. I learn that the new
Wait,
queen
what is
has
this
sent for
ending?
me.
This is the one where
Virgin.
you just survive, and
She claims she
Fortinbras is
only
like,
wishes to talk, but
okay, like,
I
I'm not going
don't
to kill
know
you,
what to
but
believe anymore.
go into exile.
I have seen Brit
Got
cut my gut open.
And then apparently
Spilling
what
my
happened
blood
is he,
upon the ground.
consolidated power by
And
marrying
I've
Brit.
seen her kinder than I could ever imagine.
Got it.
So, rather than obey her summons, I flee. To the south. I take little with me, save for my only mare, her saddle, and some jewelry to sell. I don't know why. Perhaps because I'm a coward. Because now, if Brit slits my throat, I will never again have a second chance at life. I continue south as long as I can. I make it eventually to Navarre, my mother's country, the land where she was born. Here in Pamplona, I blend in far better than I ever did in Denmark. There are men and women as dark as me, and darker still. Song and dance fill every hall and doorway. After one day in the sunburnt city, I feel my body in full relief. Yes, I think, this is home. When I run out of jewelry to sell, I find work as a lady's maid at a splendid estate on the edge of town. My Lady Margaret is a stern woman, but not unreasonable. At night, I walk the lively streets alone. I peek in at every window.
At night, I become a huge
I
creep.
wander wherever my wants take me. I drink and I love whenever and whomever
I write so many
please.
Yelp reviews.
I take my time, a tardy explorer. Like King Hamlet's
I
spirit
become
wandering
deeply
the
focused on
walls.
authenticity.
Like a fairy sprite made of dust, never alighting permanently on anything or anyone. Now and then, I think upon the horrible fates all at Elsinore came to in the end. I wasn't able to save them. My family, my friends. Denmark has been thoroughly transformed. I hear they moved the court to Copenhagen.
Where it remains today.
Elsinore Castle now lies dormant and shuttered.
This was all just my long game to explain to people
I
that
escaped with my life
Copenhagen
intact,
wasn't always the capital of Denmark.
and that's what matters, isn't it?
I think you mean Copenhagen.
That's what I tell myself when caught in lingering
I'm
memories
cultured.
of those I left behind.
This is what culture is to me.
It is not a perfect life. It is far from free of hardship.
I've been waiting this
But it
entire
is
time to say
wholly,
Denmarky Mark.
thoroughly, blessedly mine. Farewell, Elsinore.
And, that's it. That's it. That's
that it?
Elsinore. We're going to watch the credits now. I want to say that the voice actress for Ophelia, I think, really does a great job on all of those endings because she manages to end every single one saying Elsinore, farewell Elsinore, and she gives it a different note each time. Really cool. Here's all the folks at Golden Glitch. Thank you for making this game. Here are the voice actors. Fun fact, Polonius and Quince are voiced by the same person.
That's impossible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's some real I mean, what's interesting about that, right, is that in Shakespeare's plays you can get a lot of really interesting, like, sort of friction for your audience by doubling certain roles. And that's not a thing that we talk about a lot in Shakespeare adaptations, because what would, in like a video game adaptation, what would it mean to double a role? But I'm not saying that anything is necessarily to make of it here, but like, the ability to like double both Ophelia's father and like the horrible demon who controls all of her reality. There's something there.
It's
and here's the cool song.
What's it all about? What is this song? I don't have it turned up super loud. I hear someone singing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a song about carrying on, making a choice, all that sort of stuff.
All my favorite songs are about carrying on. Wayward Sons carrying on, and so on and so forth. The other ones, Yeah,
and all of these people are Kickstarter backers, because this game was on Kickstarter in 2015, 2016. It was very funny because at that time I was working with my colleague Matthew Harrison on writing a piece that we eventually published together called South of Elsinore. I probably mentioned it before, but it's our sort of overview of all of the Shakespeare, all of the Hamlet games we could find up until that point in time, and we were, like playing them and talking about them and figuring out like, what do we do with these as works of adaptation? What are we learning about them? Well, one is that when you change the plot of Hamlet, it becomes very, very hard to keep the player sort of interested, because like once you get too far away from Hamlet, then you can just do whatever you want. And so if the person is there for Hamlet, what is it that you're offering them? And sort of other questions that we had were things like, how do designers deal with the problem with like games where in theory you should be able to just kill Claudius as soon as the ghost tells you, right? Like, how do you build delays into actions that suit the plot of this story, right? And then how do you also nevertheless make that feel earned or worthwhile for the player, right? How do you give them things that they want to work through? And then at some point, as we were working on all of this, this game got announced on Kickstarter and seemed like it would have been a really great thing to add to our argument, but unfortunately it didn't come out until last fall.
And you were like, damn, we got to get through this thing first so we don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, but what's like really cool in the end is that, all of the things that we sort of arrived at as problems for Hamlet games, you can see how this game kind of runs into like the same issues, right? How do we adapt this story, and what do we do to keep people kind of engaged with it? So, thanks for such a cool game, Golden Glitch.
Yeah.
And thanks everyone for listening.
And I'm looking forward to Elsinore 2. I'm happy to accept my position as associate design lead and head writer. Thank you.
Elsinore 2, The Legend of Quince's Gold. Bye.